What if everything you've been taught about money and God is backwards? What if poverty isn't humility and wealth isn't evil? What if there's a completely different way to think about prosperity that could change your family's story forever? Dr. Myles Munroe discovered something that shattered his own poverty mindset, and it's about to shatter yours too. Don't go anywhere. Hey incredible souls, welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling one of the most misunderstood topics in the faith community: prosperity. Dr. Munroe grew up so poor in the Bahamas that he literally didn't know poverty had a name. He thought everyone lived like his family, until he discovered that poverty wasn't God's plan. It was a spirit that had been passed down through generations. And today, we're going to break that spirit off your life once and for all. First, let's get clear about what we're dealing with. The poverty spirit isn't just about having less money. It's a way of thinking that keeps you trapped in lack, no matter how much you earn. Picture this. You know someone who wins a lottery but goes broke within 5 years. Or someone who gets a raise and somehow ends up more stressed about money than before. That's not bad luck. That's the poverty spirit at work. Dr. Munroe taught us that this spirit has some telltale signs. First, it makes you believe that wanting more is selfish. It whispers, good people don't care about money. Spiritual people should struggle. Sound familiar? Second, it convinces you that there's not enough to go around. It says, if I succeed, someone else has to fail. If I have abundance, I'm taking from others. Third, and this is huge, it makes you afraid of your own potential. It says, don't dream too big. Stay small. Stay safe. Who are you to want more? Friends, if any of that resonates with you, you haven't done anything wrong. You've simply inherited a lie that's been passed down for generations. But today, that generational curse stops with you. Now, here's where Dr. Munroe blew minds everywhere. He showed us that God's very first command to humanity wasn't be poor and struggle. It was be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, and have dominion. Think about that. God looked at everything he created: the gold, the silver, the diamonds, the oil, the vast resources of earth. And he said to humans, this is all yours to steward. But here's the key word: steward. Not hoard, not worship, not chase after. Steward. Imagine your house sitting for a billionaire friend. They leave you the keys to their mansion, their cars, their bank account, and say, take care of everything while I'm gone. Would you sit in the corner eating crackers, afraid to touch anything? Or would you maintain the property, use the resources wisely, and maybe even improve things while they're away? That's exactly what God did with us. He gave us a planet full of resources and said, I'm making you my stewards. Take care of this, multiply it, and use it to bless others. Dr. Munroe used to say, poverty is not God's will. It's the result of man's failure to follow God's principles. And when you understand those principles, everything changes. So what does kingdom prosperity actually look like? Dr. Munroe taught us it's completely different from worldly wealth. Worldly wealth says, get all you can all you get, and sit on the can. Kingdom prosperity says, receive all you can so you can give all you should. Worldly wealth is about accumulation. Kingdom prosperity is about circulation. It flows through you, not to you. Think of yourself as a river, not a reservoir. A river receives water from the source and then flows it out to nourish everything in its path. A reservoir just holds water and eventually becomes stagnant. Dr. Munroe discovered this principle through his own life. When he shifted from trying to make money to solving problems, everything changed. He stopped asking, how can I get rich? And started asking, how can I add value? Here's the beautiful truth. God wants to prosper you, not to make you comfortable, but to make you dangerous to the enemy's plans. When you have kingdom resources, you can fund kingdom purposes. You can support missions, help the poor, build schools, create jobs, and advance God's agenda on earth. Poverty never helped anybody, but prosperity in the right hands, that changes the world. Now let's get practical. How do you actually break the poverty spirit and operate in kingdom prosperity? Principle number 1. Change your confession. Stop saying, "I can't afford it," and start saying, "How can I afford it?" Stop saying, "Money is the root of all evil," and start saying, "I am blessed to be a blessing." Principle number 2. Tithe and give with joy. Dr. Munroe taught that the tithe isn't God trying to take from you. It's God giving you access to the windows of heaven. When you honor God with your first fruits, you're acknowledging that He's your source. Principle number 3. Think multiplication, not just addition. Instead of working harder for money, work smarter. Create systems. Build assets. Develop multiple streams of income. Ask yourself, how can I serve more people and solve bigger problems? Principle number 4, and this is crucial, invest in yourself. The poverty spirit says, "I can't afford to learn, grow, or develop." Kingdom thinking says, "I can't afford not to." Read books, take courses, develop skills. You are your greatest asset. And principle number 5, surround yourself with kingdom-minded people. The poverty spirit loves company. It will find friends who agree that dreaming big is dangerous, that wanting more is greedy, that struggling is noble. But kingdom prosperity? It hangs around with people who think big, give generously, and expect God to do exceedingly abundantly above all they ask or think. Let me tell you about Sarah. She grew up in a family where money was always tight and conversations about money always ended in arguments. She inherited the belief that money is evil and good people stay poor. When Sarah first heard Dr. Munroe's teaching, she was working 3 jobs just to pay rent. She was tired, stressed, and convinced that this was just her lot in life. But she decided to apply one principle. She started tithing even though it scared her to death. Then she changed her confession from, "I'm so broke," to "God is my source and my supply." Within 6 months, she got an unexpected promotion. Within a year, she started a side business helping people organize their finances. Today, Sarah runs a financial coaching business that's helped hundreds of families break free from debt and build wealth. But here's the beautiful part, Sarah doesn't just make money now, she makes a difference. She sponsors 3 children overseas, supports her local church's outreach programs, and just last month, she paid off her parents' mortgage as a surprise. That's kingdom prosperity. That's what happens when you break the poverty spirit and align yourself with God's abundant heart. So here's what I want you to do right now. Take out your phone and record yourself saying these 3 declarations. I break every generational curse of poverty off my life and my family line. I am blessed to be a blessing, and God's abundance flows through me to others. I think like a steward, give like a river, and expect like a child of the King. Then I want you to take one practical step this week. Maybe it's finally tithing that first 10%. Maybe it's starting that business idea you've been sitting on. Maybe it's investing in a course that could upgrade your skills. Whatever it is, do something that signals to heaven and hell that you're done with the poverty spirit and ready for kingdom prosperity. If this message is breaking chains off your life right now, I need you to hit that like button and tell me in the comments. What lie about money are you ready to reject? What kingdom principle are you going to start applying this week? And listen, if you're hungry for more of this kind of kingdom truth that transforms lives, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're building a community of kingdom-minded believers who refuse to stay broke when our God owns everything. I'm dropping practical prosperity content every single week because I believe it's time for God's people to stop playing small and start walking in the fullness of what He's prepared for us. Remember this truth: poverty is not a virtue. Struggle is not spiritual. God wants you prosperous so you can be powerful in advancing His kingdom on earth. The poverty spirit has had its day in your life, but today it gets evicted. Today, you step into your identity as a child of the King who owns everything. Walk in that truth, live in that abundance, and watch how God uses your prosperity to change the world around you. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, stay blessed and stay prosperous. God loves you, and so do I.